it's sort of like if you don't laugh, you're going to cry because it's so sort of terrible. I mean, most of the people on my production still rent, I still rent. And yeah, I mean, that's again back to why it just felt so, like something that was worth tackling.
Now, for years, Oobah Butler made a career out of exposing the absurdities of modern life. He famously turned his garden shed into London's top-rated restaurant on TripAdvisor. He infiltrated Paris Fashion Week as a fake designer. Now he's turned his attention to Britain's housing market. In his new Channel 4 documentary, How to Trick Your Way Onto the Property Ladder, he satirises Britain's broken system, using stunts to help two first-time buyers get a home and even hypnotising an estate agent.
You're going to sell this property. You're going to sign the contract. 1, 2, 3, wide awake.
I think I've made my mind up.
Good news?
Yeah, the house is great.
Yeah.
I reckon we should offer £5.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I have £5 that I'd like to offer for it.
£5, yeah. I can work with that.
Well, Oobah Butler, welcome to Times Radio.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Thanks for being with us. So, look, you've made a career out of exposing how easily people can be fooled. Why was housing the thing you wanted to tackle next?
I think it's just the age I'm at. I think it's just the subject that, I'm into my 30s now, and it's the thing that everyone's trying to tackle. Recently, what was it? 3 years ago, I did a film about Amazon, and that was sort of inspired by how much it had grown during the pandemic. And that felt like the biggest subject that I could have done then, and this feels like the biggest subject now, I would say.
So you built this sort of essentially prison cell-sized home as a piece of satire, but people kind of loved it. Lots of people wanted to live in it.
That is true. I'm limited on how much I can talk about that. I've been told by worried press people. But yes, that is true. Yes.
Why do you think that was? Is it just because the bar is so low for housing these days?
Yeah, I think that's it. I think we have such low self-esteem. I mean, I've rented some real, I mean, I don't know if I can swear, I probably can't. Places
Ideally not, yeah.
Places that, I used to live in a garden shed in Dulwich for 3.5 years. So it was fine and whatever, it wasn't cheap really. I think that people are renting very bad places. I mean, I know they are. In the film, we went and saw some. And I don't think that a Guantanamo Bay cell is any worse than what I've lived in.
You had some interest, even I read in the paper, from MPs who thought we should be doing more of this kind of thing.
Yeah, to get more on that, you're going to have to watch 10 p.m. tonight on Channel 4, but I can't talk about the MPs, but yes.
Okay, can you tell me about the avocados then? Because you were selling avocados for £20. Why?
Well, it was just interesting because it's often something that is used to sort of critique younger people, isn't it? That if they, didn't have avocado on toast, then they can afford a home. And we actually took the cost of an avocado in 1970 and the cost of a house, and we inflated them up at the same rate. I think the rate of housing's gone up 4,000%, I think, since 1970. And if you inflated an avocado price up at the same time, an avocado would now be 20 quid. So my idea was okay, so I'm going to then sell avocados on the markets in Wendover and in London at that price to try and raise money for a deposit.
Did you sell a lot?
Yeah. Yeah, we sold a lot. Yeah, we sold loads.
What does that tell you? Does that tell you actually everything's fine if you can sell avocados at the same inflation? I don't know.
It does, yeah. It says that we should all really take the revolvers out of our drawers and smash it to our temples. But no, that's a joke.
Look,
it shows that really we that I don't know. I think people, to be honest, they're good spirit, because they knew that we were trying to help this young couple get a home, raise a deposit. I think that's why they were willing to dig their hands into their pockets for the avocados. But yeah, I mean, it was surreal, and I didn't expect it to work, but yeah.
Look, I know you don't want to talk too much about the living in the box thing, but as with your, restaurant set up in a shed that's sort of topped out on TripAdvisor, what does this tell us? Is this a kind of sort of boiling the frog type situation, that things become absurd and it takes a long time for anybody to notice until somebody literally stands there and points it out?
Yeah. I mean, I think that it's sort of it's one of those things, isn't it? The state of housing in the country at the moment, it's sort of if you if you don't laugh, you're going to cry because it's so sort of terrible. I mean, most of the people on my production still rent, I still rent. And yeah, I mean, that's again back to why it just felt so, like something that was worth tackling. We have this whole section about bona vacantia, a law that where if you die in the northwest, sort of Liverpool, Manchester, there's about 6 million people within this region. Then if you die in the northwest without a will or a next of kin, then your property goes to the Duchy of Lancaster, the Crown's private purse. And most of the people we spoke to in Liverpool and Manchester had no idea about this. I think it's about £60 million in the last 10 years that's been made through this. And it's just another one of those things where I was like, what I tried to do is step in and get people to write wills so that their house didn't go to the Crown, but maybe would go to someone who needed it, or a family member, someone else, but just someone who you intend it to go to. And yeah, we tried to look at just because it is so bad, just the absurd areas of which I don't know. There's so much to go on.
Oobah Butler, thank you very much indeed. And How to Trick Your Way Onto the Property Ladder will air on Channel 4 on Wednesday, July the 13th at 10 p.m. Monday, July the 13th, tonight at 10 p.m. It will air tonight at 10 p.m. Got it out eventually.